The industrial age is over. The permission economy is dead. We've entered a new age of leverage, where value is the brand, AI is the workforce, and the only gatekeeper is your own indecision. Corporations used to win with resources, but now what I call the fifth lever disruptors win with leverage and a point of view. And the highest leverage tools in the world, AI agents, are available to anyone, including you. So, in this video, I am going to show you exactly how to become a one-person business in the AI age. And we're going to break down the 3 components that you need, in my opinion: a compelling offer, an AI-powered system, and a monetization strategy that does not rely on followers or funding. And if you've watched my previous videos, maybe you know that my husband and I have built AI systems for our own media company, as well as for real estate agents, for medical practices, for coaches, even for museums. Not only that, but we've been working with hundreds of people to start AI-powered businesses from scratch inside of our community, which, by the way, is free. Link is down below. They don't have a team either, and they don't have investors. All they do is they have clarity, execution, and the right leverage. Why am I insisting so much on leverage? Because leverage without direction, that's chaos. But leverage with clarity, that is freedom. And if you stay till the end, I'm gonna show you the #1 mistake that most solopreneurs make when trying to build with AI, and how to avoid wasting months chasing the wrong things. All right, so let's get something straight. The game has not just changed, it has ended, and we are now in a completely new one. But most people are still playing by the old rules. They are still operating like it's 2017 with 20 tabs open and juggling everything, burnt out, overwhelmed, and broke. And they're waiting for permission, looking for funding, trying to build something big before they've built something valuable. I mean, a lot of the people that I come across, they think they need a co-founder or a dev team or a massive audience or an investor pitch deck or some mythical startup idea that no one's ever thought of. But I think that's a lie. In my personal opinion, I think you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You need to know who you're helping, what painful problem you're solving, and how to use AI to do that at scale. It's that easy. Because you're not building a startup. You are building a system, a lean, focused machine that turns insight into income, with no friction, no bureaucracy, and no gatekeepers. But first, we have to unlearn a few things, because I believe that the biggest obstacle standing between you and a one-person business isn't AI, knowledge of it, or availability of it. It's, believe it or not, most of the time, the stories that you've been told about what a business should look like. So let's tackle that. Myth #1, you need a team to build something real. I mean, clearly, old thinking says that business means boardrooms and managers and departments and endless meetings. And the modern entrepreneur still imagines that they'll finally get traction once they hire help. But that model is broken. Today, you don't need a team. All you need is leverage. Like I've been saying, AI agents are your team now. They write, they design, they edit, they schedule, they sell, they follow up, they optimize, all without sick days or salary negotiations or bad behavior. I mean, Mark Anderson, the founder of a 16-ounce and creator of Netscape, said it so well. Software is eating the world. And what he meant back then was code, but what he means now, I believe, if he was gonna say that again, probably is AI, because software can now think. And one clear-minded solo operator using really good, well-designed tools and custom GPTs and agents can out-execute a 5-person team still stuck in Asana. And the edge isn't people anymore, it's more leverage. Now, let's talk about myth #2. I need investors or a big budget to get started. Because this one, I believe, is deeply ingrained. I've seen so many people not even get it to step #1 because of this. We've been sold the startup story that you need to raise money, build a prototype, and hope that somebody buys. But that model was for a different economy. Today, you need focus. You need an offer that solves a painful problem for a very specific person. And Naval Ravikant, who I absolutely adore, said it like this: play long-term games with long-term people. In the age of infinite leverage, judgment becomes the most valuable skill. Money is not the leverage anymore. Execution is. You can launch a service today with ChatGPT and Canva. By the way, I made a video about that. I'm gonna link it down below. And you can build a landing page with hosting, or you can automate your back end with NA10 or Make or Zapier and sell it. You don't need a pitch deck. You don't need angel rounds. You don't need any 6-figure SaaS development. You just need value, an offer, and perfect or near perfect, outstanding execution. That's it. Now, myth number 3. You need a new groundbreaking idea. Everybody wants to be Steve Jobs, but most people forget that he did not invent the smartphone. He just made it intuitive, beautiful, and better. So clearly, you do not need to invent something new. You need to make something work better. That's it. And there's no way that we would achieve that at the level we are able to do that today without AI. And I've referred to this concept through Peter Thiel's book, The 0 to 1, but the same idea is echoed in The Innovator's Dilemma by Clayton Christensen. He talks about the fact that innovation doesn't come from invention, it comes from serving the market better than legacy players can. And as I said, AI gives you the leverage to take what already works and make it 1,000 times better. Faster delivery, more personalization, better experience. I mean, that's the real disruption right there. Now, myth number 4, and this is another big one. I need a big audience to make real money. No, you don't. You do not need millions of followers. Let me tell you that. You just need 1,000 people who trust you. Nowadays, even 100 works well. Kevin Kelly called it 1,000 true fans. You've probably heard of this. The minimum viable audience that fuels a real business does not have to be bigger than 1,000 people. In fact, having too big of an audience before your offer is clear can actually hurt your business because attention is a vanity metric. Transformation is the currency. It's why creators with 1,000 followers and a $3,000 offer are out earning YouTubers with silver and gold plaques and no product. Monetization comes from depth, not reach. And myth number 5, you need to be a coder or an AI expert. This is the gatekeeping myth, I believe. The one that keeps creative people on the sidelines and engineers overpaid. Not necessarily. But the truth is, in my opinion, that you do not need to build AI. I've talked about this in a previous video, unless you want to be on that side of the future. You just need to apply it. The magic isn't in prompt engineering or model weights. It is in identifying a real-world problem and letting AI handle 80 to 90% of the heavy lifting. I mean, I think I heard Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, the company powering the entire AI boom, saying something like, everyone in the world is now a programmer and you just have to say something to the computer for it to get done. Literally, we have moved from code to command. And if you know how to think, how to solve problems, and how to craft offers, you're not behind, you're actually ahead. Because what matters now is not AI literacy in the sense that most people understand it. It's human clarity. So now you see it. The beliefs that once made sense in an industrial world are now liabilities in a leveraged economy. You do not need a team. You do not need funding. You do not need viral ideas, a massive audience, or a background in AI. That's the old game. And the people who keep playing by the old rules, guess what? They will keep getting old results. But here's the good news. There is a new way to build, and it does not start with hype. It starts with structure. So let's go there. I believe that there are only 3 things that you need in order to become a one-person business in the AI age. Number 1 is a compelling offer. Number 2 is a system that runs without you. And number 3 is a monetization strategy that fits you and not the algorithm. And once you understand how these 3 pieces work together, you will never look at business or yourself the same way again. So let's start with piece number 1, your irresistible offer. I mean, there is no shortage of ambition. I think we're all aware of that. But what's missing is clarity. Everyone online wants to make money, clearly. But very few can tell you in one sentence who they help, what they solve, and why they're better. That's the first gap. That's the offer gap. Most people build content. Some build products, but almost nobody builds offers. Because an offer is not a landing page, it's not a logo, and it's not a product. It's a promise, one that slices through all the noise and lands like truth in the mind of someone in pain. Tony Robbins talks about having an irresistible offer sitting at the foundation of any business. And basically what he means is having an offer that any customer would feel stupid saying no to. And to make it super practical, we can look at Alex Hormozi's offer formula. He says that the value of your offer is determined by 4 things. Number 1, the desirability of the outcome. Do people actually want what you offer? Number 2, the likelihood of success. Can you guarantee that? Number 3, the speed of the result. And number 4, the ease of the process. If your audience wants something bad enough and your offer makes it feel inevitable, fast, and frictionless, then the sale is already made, because offers are about relief. Relief that the problem can be solved, relief that they no longer need to search, and relief that somebody finally understands them. So let's simplify it even more. I'm gonna go back to Tony Robbins because he says every successful business does 2 things. It solves problems and it adds value. Not someday, not maybe, but clearly and consistently. So instead of asking, what can I sell, which is what a lot of people think about, ask this: What painful problem am I obsessed with solving so well that people would feel dumb not to hire me, buy from me, or follow me? That's it. Now, let me give you a few real-world examples that I've seen inside of our community. One person, for example, helps overwhelmed course creators automate their customer onboarding using AI. There's no full-scale funnel, just one very simple goal. There's somebody else who builds AI agents for local real estate teams, saving them tons of hours per week on follow-ups. They're not reinventing the wheel. They're just solving a problem and a pain faster. And there is a woman who turned her love for parenting and books into an offer that helps families create their own AI-assisted children's stories. It's not complex, it's not totally new, it's clear, it's urgent, and it's very outcome-focused. That's what works. You do not need a big idea, you need a point of view. Most entrepreneurs are screaming into the void, hoping something sticks. But the ones that win, in my opinion, are the ones that build offers like they're writing a love letter to the one person in pain, someone they deeply want to serve, someone they understand better than anyone else. Now, when you start there, the business builds itself, because when you solve one painful, urgent problem for one type of person in a way that feels obviously better, you don't need a funnel, you do not need ads, you do not even need a big audience. You just need that first sale. And then you optimize from there. All right, so that's the irresistible offer. It's your point of entry into a business that compounds, not by chasing trends, but by solving human problems with precision. And in a few minutes, I'll show you how some of our members are selling AI agents to real businesses starting from scratch. But now let's go to number 2, building an AI-powered system. The problem with most solo businesses is that they're not actually businesses. They are burnout machines. One-person factories trying to do the job of 10. They're duct taping tools together, manually doing things that they could automate, or worse, spending all day creating content and calling it a business. And here's, in my opinion, the truth that no one really wants to admit. If your business needs you every day just to survive, you do not own a business. You just own a very demanding job. So, in my opinion, that is why the second pillar matters more than most people truly realize. Once you have your offer, the next step is to build a machine that delivers at scale. Not just once, not just manually, but on repeat. The most valuable solopreneur businesses aren't solo because they do it all. They're solo because they know how to delegate. They have the tools that do the job. You do not need a team, you need a system, one that runs without you. So here's where, in my opinion, AI stops being a buzzword and becomes your infrastructure. AI is not here to replace you. Let me say that again. AI is not here to replace you. It's here to remove every excuse that you've ever had. This is about expansion. It is not about automation. So let me show you what that looks like. Now, I want you to imagine your business, your future business, your existing one, like a human body. Each part has a job, right? And until now, you have been every organ, but not anymore. So let's think about the brain as your strategy and insight, right? This is your decision-making layer where clarity is created. Here, you can use agents that crawl the internet for your customers' pain points, Reddit threads, product reviews, forums, and bring that gold straight to you. You can use Google AI Studio to audit competitor funnels, to reverse engineer winning pages, and to feed that intelligence into a custom GPT that acts like your personal business strategist. And that will not only tell you what to do, it will reason why. So this is your strategy layer that most creators and entrepreneurs skip. But when you automate your thinking, your execution is going to get 10 times faster. All right, now let's look at the heart and the mouth, meaning your content and your communication. This is how your business speaks. It's your presence in the world, your branding. Here, you plug in AI-powered social media agents that do the work for a whole content team. At least this is what we're doing. It can help you research trending topics, repurpose your best thinking, generate scripts, edit videos, schedule posts, distribute across platforms with a lot of contextual nuance. And whether your focus is organic or on outreach or on paid ads, AI gives you compound distribution with minimal input. And I mean, it's not about going viral. It's about becoming valuable and unmissable to the right people. Let's look at the lungs and the blood. That's your lead generation and sales. This is the breath and the blood in your business. Without it, nothing else works. And AI is a cold outreach master. You can run multi-channel outreach with N8N. You can answer objections with BotPress. And you can even book qualified calls on autopilot using voice agents with Vapi. Outreach is no longer just a numbers game, it is a relevance game. And with AI, you win both. Because these agents run 24/7. They never ghost you, they don't take lunch breaks, they just get you conversations that convert. Now, let's talk about the hands. That is your fulfillment and your delivery. This is where trust is earned. Because once somebody buys from you, whether it's a coaching program, a product, or service, AI takes over the back end. It can summarize coaching calls, it can draft personalized follow-up emails, it can build client dashboards, it can auto-generate onboarding docs. You can even turn live calls into reports, resources, and next steps. I mean, it is so fantastic to have that at hand, trust me. Because your job is to focus on being the expert and not playing the admin. I cannot even remember the last time I took notes in a meeting, honestly. Because AI can handle delivery and follow-up, freeing you to grow instead of babysit. And if you're wondering if this is just theory, no, it's not. As I told you, my husband and I have built AI systems for real estate agents, for coaches, medical practices, or even working with a museum. So this is not about replacing yourself. It is about redeploying your time to where it matters most. The new solopreneur does not scale by working harder, okay? They scale by removing themselves from the process without removing their personality from the product. I hope that makes sense. And when your system runs on rails, then you're no longer chasing freedom. You're creating it. You're building it. You're defining it. So now let's talk about pillar number 3, where we talk about monetizing without followers or funding. Because this is where most people, entrepreneurs, creators get stuck. They build something great, but they don't know how to monetize without relying on followers, on viral content, or investor checks. But in my opinion, the truth is that you don't need millions of views. You do not need thousands of followers. You do not even need a pitch deck or Shark Tank approval. You need a clear monetization path that is matched with your offer, powered by your AI system, and aligned with your energy. So let me break it down. Number 1, digital products. I believe this is the scalable core. This is the most misunderstood form of leverage. Everyone's selling templates and ebooks, but the right digital product is, in my opinion, different. It's very specific. It solves a very clear, painful problem, and it's created once and sold forever. I mean, think about it. That could be a Notion dashboard that automates your lead generation. It could be a niche AI prompt library for real estate marketers. It could be a tiny $29 course that solves one burning question. The key here is speed to market. You can use your AI system to build, test, and launch. And then you can go to platforms like Gumroad, like Lemon Squeezy, like Thrivecart. They handle everything: payments, hosting, delivery. You don't have to worry about that. You don't need a tech stack. You don't need a vitamin. You need a painkiller, okay? So remember, you do not sell knowledge, you sell transformation. The second way is through consulting or done for you or done with you, which is your cash flow engine. Most of our community members who saw their wins the fastest were people who started by solving real problems for real businesses using AI. Real estate agents, auto repair shops, chiropractors, small companies drowning in operations. They don't want to learn AI. They want it to work. So you can be the bridge, whether that's a custom AI onboarding agent for a sales team, or a lead magnet funnel that is built with a GPT that is custom and Zapier, or a system that turns a YouTube video into 20 pieces of content automatically. Detailed video down below, by the way. You do not need permission to charge for that. You just need a result. There's no logo, no website, just value, clarity, and a PayPal or a Stripe account. So cash flow first, infrastructure second, okay? Number 3, an AI-powered content. That is the magnet for everything. You do not need to be a full-time creator, but you do need to create proof of your thinking, because content is the new credibility. And in the age of AI, distribution is leverage. So do not think of content as posting more. Think of it as documenting the thing that you already do. So you can use tools like Fathom to turn your client calls into emails. You can use Opus Clip to repurpose your YouTube into short form. You can use agents to write tweets and carousels and LinkedIn posts, whatever your platform of choice is. This builds trust at scale. It pulls in leads. It turns your offer from who are you to how can I work with you, okay? You don't need to go viral. You just need to go valuable. When people trust your mind, they trust your monetization. And I believe the best part is that AI does a lot of the work for you. You don't need anything else. Just bring your own lens. So let's recap the full system. Number 1 is a high value offer that solves a real painful problem. I cannot say it in fewer words than that. Number 2, a modular AI system that delivers it with scale, with clarity, and with freedom. Number 3, a monetization flywheel that works with or without you or an audience. You do not need followers. You do not need funding. You just need clarity, leverage, and execution. You need a willingness to build before you believe. And if you've made it this far, then you are already proving that you're not here just for the entertainment, hopefully. You are here to change your life. Now, if you want help in building your AI-powered one-person business, come join us. The Trailblazers Hive is completely free. We talk about AI businesses all day, every day, and you can come and join the other hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, or you can keep scrolling and let somebody else take your future. Before you leave, make sure to like, subscribe if you like this video, share it with anyone who you think deserves to watch this as well. And until next time, if you're looking for more inspiration, you can go and check out this video here. Thank you so much for giving us your time and choosing to watch this video today. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to us, and I'll see you soon. Bye.